Welcome to Letters to Rising Leaders. It's a podcast series about God, soul, love, and leadership. And I'm your host, Tom Mohr. For those of you that are following along in my book, Letters to Rising Leaders, this is week 12, and the topic is truth-telling. For the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about Jesus, more specifically about the love of Jesus. God so loved the world that he gave us his only Son to love us and to lead us back to our original goodness. I'd like to begin today with a poem that I included in one of the letters of my book. It's called First Love, Then Truth. The tax collect cheat, Zacchaeus the short, caught sight of visitor, crowd forming round. Up tree he scampered, to see, hear, report. Then something observed, seized, struck him spellbound. Jesus the visitor called as he passed, Zacchaeus, come here, together let's dine. In scrambling down to prep the repast, corrupt civil servant met love divine. They met by the tree, then met eye to eye, then met at the knock of his soul's closed door. I'm a cheat, he blurted. I stole, he cried. To each defrauded, I'll return ×4. Praise the change that befalls when, gripped in sin, final we stoop to let Christ's love truth in. As I've said for the past 2 weeks, Jesus comes to us first in love. But then he comes to us in truth. He shines a light on those shadows in our souls, the dark spots, so that we can confront those hidden truths that are holding us back. I've shared with you in previous podcasts that when I was young, when I was 8 years old, my mother committed suicide. And on that day that my father sat me down on the couch to give me the horrific news, I remember gathering my 6-year-old sister and 4-year-old brother together, and I found my little Bible, and I opened it up and just started to read. And we were all crying. It was one of my last acts of unquestioned faith for many, many years. Beneath my happy-go-lucky demeanor, I carried around a dark shadow of anger and guilt. Could I have been a better child? Would that have made a difference? 3 years after Mom's death, Dad remarried. I became part of a Brady Bunch family. A new mom, a sister 9 days older than me, 2 brothers 2 months apart, 2 Debbies in my family. And against all odds, we became a genuinely loving family. We had a lot of chaos for sure, but we did. Nonetheless, my mother's years of rising mental illness, culminating in her death, crashed around my soul. And I acted out. I was selfish, and in that selfishness, I hurt others. And I wouldn't let anyone get close to my heart. And I severed any connection with God. And then, as I've shared previously with you, after college, I'm down in Miami with friends in a townhouse, coming back home on a stormy night. I felt this dread inside of me get to the parking lot where we lived, and I opened up the car door and was hit by lightning. And in that experience, something dislodged. And I realized I was lost. I realized not only was I feeling the loss of my mother, but I was feeling the loss of God in my life. And so in that moment, that was a truth moment. It was a moment where I had to come face to face with the truth of my life. And in doing so, it set me on a new journey, a winding, imperfect journey back to Jesus. The more we get in touch with ourselves, with God by our side, the more we can keep centered. We can self-regulate. We can apologize. We can forgive. We can course correct. And that's what I hope for you, good later, is that in your life, you too can find that place to welcome the Holy Spirit into your life, welcome Jesus into your life. I want to end with the song of the week. I wrote this song about the reach of Jesus' love and his truth and his grace. It's called Quilted Coat. I hope you enjoy it.
Quilted coat of many colors, woven by the hands of God. Holy weaver, stitch me in, take my thread and just begin. I am ready, count me ready. See that coat of many colors, royal blue and tattered brown. See it worn in all its splendor by a man with a thorny crown. See them tear it from his shoulders, see them rip that cloak apart. See them bargain off its pieces, see them cut him to the heart. Quilted coat of many colors, woven by the hands of God. Holy weaver, stitch me in, take my thread and just begin. I am ready, count me ready. See the heavens rent asunder at the violence of the cross. See the body carried under, see the anguish, see the loss. See the morning in its glory, see the stone rolled from its place. See the man on journey strolling, dressed in quilted cloak and grace. When I was all in pieces, you were there. When I was all strung out, you wove with care. And even when I ripped myself away, you stayed, you prayed. Yes, for me you prayed. Quilted coat of many colors, woven by the hands of God. Holy weaver, stitch me in, take my thread and just begin. I'm ready,
Are you ready? Never forget, you are the light of the world. Well, that's it for today. I hope you'll join us next week for the next episode in this Letters to Rising Leaders podcast series. As I say each week, leader of goodness, go in faith to love and heal the world.